Welcome, BitLab Academy students, community members, people that want to make real money in this market, because that's what this is about. Yes, we need to identify coins, projects, protocols that we want to invest in that can explode in value over time, but we also want to figure out how we can get involved in these things called airdrops. What the hell are airdrops? How can we get involved? And how can we utilize this as a mechanism to essentially collect free money? And we're going to talk about it. Is it really free money? Because there might be some important steps involved that really, it's like doing the work. It's a literal sense, proof of work to participate in these airdrops. So my name's Kelly Kellum. Welcome to the BitLab Academy. This is a guide on airdrops. And rather than me share my thoughts on this, when I have somewhat limited knowledge, I want to know more. We're going to throw it to my main compadre here, Mr. Taco, here from the Hit Network. How you doing, good sir? How you feeling? Thank you for sharing your knowledge.
I am doing very well. Thank you for having me on BitLab Academy. One of my favorite channels, one of my favorite Discords. I like hopping in there and seeing what John Dalton has to say, what his next hot pick is. But yeah, the world of airdrops is, I think, one of the best ways to utilize the actual blockchains that we talk about all the time and actually extract value from it. Because you know, there's one way to just own a coin and just be an investor, but you want to get more value, you want to get more utility out of these tokens. And airdrops is one of the greatest ways to actually learn about the blockchains and to actually extract value and free money, free tokens. I like free stuff, and I'm going to try and do my best to teach you guys some of my strategies in order to actually get these airdrops and benefit from these free tokens.
So for those of you that don't know, we are here part of Hit Network. BitLab Academy is part of this family. Taco is one of the integral parts of our entire Hit Network. He also was running the NFT Alpha stuff for a while. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you might be doing a Degen channel here very soon as well. Is that correct?
That is correct. We have rebranded NFT Alpha to Degen Alpha. So it's getting to the weeds, getting to the dirt of the blockchains and finding those nasty 100Xs, those 50Xs, those tokens that'll make your grandparents question what their grandchild is doing with their life. But to show them your Metamask, and they'll probably ask you how to get these airdrops.
So with that being said, you know, we walk through this office on a daily basis. We're always working on different projects. Everybody's kind of slightly focused on different things. And I'll be walking by Taco's desk and he's like, Kelly, you got to look at this. I've basically done all the steps necessary, and we're about to show you all how to do this as well. Because I've done all the steps. I'll be getting an airdrop, and if it's at this market value, I could be getting tens of thousands of dollars from this one airdrop. And I said, brother, we have got to do basically a lesson, a video specifically for all the BitLab members and show them how to do that. So, Taco, let's start with the basics, and everybody stick around. And if you haven't yet, join us here in the BitLab family. If there's like buttons wherever you're watching this, hit that like button, because I really want to make sure that we deliver this to you, and we're delivering this kind of content on a daily basis. So, Taco, basic first. What is an airdrop, and how does it differ? How does it differ from other crypto investments?
So essentially an airdrop back in 2017, it's a little different than it is today. But back in the day, an airdrop was essentially somebody, a project, an entity, just sending tokens to your wallet. So it doesn't require you to spend any money. You don't have to claim anything. Literally shows up in your wallet. And you usually receive these tokens for doing something on the blockchain. Either it's staking a coin or simply owning a coin and trading on it, for example. One of the biggest ones was Uniswap. So people that used Uniswap to swap their tokens, they received the Uniswap token in return. And if you look at the Uniswap chart from when it was created until now, it has gone up thousands of percents. So if you got your airdrop and sold it, yes, of course, you made money right there on the spot for free. But if you held it, you are up thousands of percents. And that's the beauty of airdrops, because most of the time, yeah, you could sell your airdrop and make money, but these projects want users on their platform. They want engagement. They want people to actually see what they're building and actually build it themselves or use it. And you get rewarded most of the time for doing that, especially in today's day and age where all these projects, they're incentivizing users to use their platform, and they want to reward those users.
So essentially, brass tacks, this is essentially a mechanism that rewards people for participating in a particular chain or a particular part of an ecosystem. And then in addition to that, sometimes it could be holding a coin. Sometimes, for instance, I know the Solana phone, a lot of people in the office got involved with that, and they had all this bonk that was in there. They ended up becoming very valuable. There's a lot of different things that we can do here, and I think that's what we're about to dive into. So before we dive into those things, that we can show all of you out there how you can participate and get essentially this free money that isn't really free, because it does take a few steps along the way. Let's start from the beginner's standpoint. What are the first few steps a beginner should take to start farming airdrops in the crypto space?
So there's a million different ways to answer this question, because there's a lot of different ways to qualify for airdrops. But simply, what you want to do is just get these decentralized wallets and have control of them. So right off the bat, you're going to want to download a Metamask, or for Solana, you're going to want to get like a Phantom wallet. So after you have those, then you can actually start to explore these airdrops. So for Metamask, for example, there are a lot of different networks that you can add to your Metamask, and ones that are in their testing phases. So I don't know if you can share my screen.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me know when you're good to go.
You're up.
All right, perfect. So as you can see, this is on my MetaMask. It's on my browser extension, and it has all these networks that some I've heard of, some I haven't heard of, and some that I use on a daily basis. So right off the bat, Arbitrum is a great blockchain to use. You want to add it to your MetaMask, and you'll get this window, approve. And just like that, now you're on the Arbitrum network. And it's essentially an EVM compatible network to your MetaMask. So it's going to have the same public address. And
just to take one step back, because there's a lot of you pros that are watching right now. And there's also, we have to remember, this is a very fast growing space, and there's going to be more new users than old users regularly as these markets really start to explode. So anybody that's out there that's wondering, when you see he's talking about adding these different chains to the MetaMask, think of it like this. Trains run on railroad tracks. Cars run on roads. Boats run on rivers and waterways. Similarly with blockchain protocols, a lot of them are very tied to the specific chain network that they're on. It has to do with coding, has to do with the way those protocols work. Some of them are interoperable, but for the most part, what you're going to want to do is, as Taco was just showing, make sure you go through, explore MetaMask. Also do so, we have videos on MetaMask as well as other different soft wallets and cold storage and hot storage wallets in the BitLab Academy. Make sure you go through those, because one of the number one issues people have in this space is not making money. It's keeping it. And we're going to be talking about the security on this here in a second as well. But as simple as this step is, make sure you're adding adding different protocols to your MetaMask. And when you're trying to do different things, trying to interoperable actions within the space, or sending from one wallet to another, that you're sending it on the right chain. Because even USDT, you can send USDT on ERC20, which is Ethereum network. You can also send USDT on BEP20, which is the Binance's protocol. So you've got to pay attention to what you're doing, because lack of attention in this space is the number one killer for what people are doing. So I didn't mean to cut you off there. I just wanted to make sure we're getting through all the basics.
No, that's perfect. And while you were giving that amazing explanation, this website should be something that you visit at least one time. And after you visit it, you'll see why. So I connected my wallet, as you can see in the top right-hand corner, and it has almost every single chain you can think of, from obviously the Ethereum mainnet, Binance Smart Chain that Kelly was just talking about, Arbitrum we just added to our MetaMask, Avalanche, Polygon. See, the list goes on. And as you go down, it gets to blockchains that you probably haven't even heard of, like Carbon EVM. I had never even heard of this, but if I go to their Twitter, for example, maybe they have a quest or they have a campaign going where if I use this network, maybe they'll airdrop me their native token in the future. So most of these run off of Ethereum for like transactions or gas fees, but in the future, they might switch with these new blockchains to a native token. Like, let's see, for example, most of these are EVM. So we'll just stick on EVM for the moment. Oh man, I haven't even heard a lot of these, but we can get into that later. Let's go up to ones that we have heard of. Base, for example, is an Ethereum currency, but in the future, Base might come out with their own token, the Base token. So if you are familiar with Coinbase, this is their network, and they have what's called the Summer of DeFi, I believe it is. So they have a whole bunch of different quests that you can do on the Base network. And it is speculative that maybe in the future they'll have a token. So by completing tasks on their blockchain, their Base network, you are building up transactions. You are building up that the amount of liquidity that you are pretty much utilizing on that network. So it is probably one of their requirements that you are maybe minting one of their NFTs that they have on their Coinbase Wallet app. Over the weekend, I noticed that on my Coinbase wallet, I had like $69 of quests to complete. So that's one of the simplest airdrops that you can ever complete. You download the Coinbase wallet and you go to, you go to the activity page and you can see a whole bunch of different quests or specific tokens that are rewarding you for completing questions on their network. So if you want to do those, that's like one of the easiest airdrops you can do. It's right in front of you. It tells you exactly what you need to do. You complete those steps and voila, the tokens will just be airdropped to your wallet. That's probably the easiest airdrop.
So I have to ask you, because people want to know, is it worth it? So Taco, have you ever gotten any sort of substantial airdrop or anything that was memorable, something that surprised you didn't even realize because you're doing other things? What sort of airdrops have you gotten?
Yeah, the ones that are the biggest surprises are the best because you don't expect them. So back in, I think it was like 2021 when NFTs were going crazy, I minted an NFT that was the 32nd rarest NFT out of 10,000. So I qualified for an Ethereum airdrop. So I got one ETH when ETH was like $4,000. Just airdropped to my wallet, and it was like a thank you for holding this NFT and having faith in the project. Here's a reward. So it could be as simple as just holding an NFT from a project that is doesn't even have to be a popular project, because honestly, I don't even think that project is around anymore. But I was active at that time. I did some tasks in their Discord. I got some roles in their Discord, and it allowed me to be eligible for this free airdrop.
I mean, on that same note, I participated in an NFT project about a year and a half ago called Mojo Heads, and it was basically an NFT. Essentially, it's like a trading card of different NFT artists. So there's all these different rarity levels of each individual NFT artist, and if you got certain levels of that NFT of that artist, and I ended up getting an ultra rare version of one of the artists. I basically qualify for either first access to new projects that they put out, new art, but I also get in certain art pieces just absolutely airdropped, and I won't even know it's happening because I'll be doing something else. I'm just holding that token. So this is one of the many benefits of participating in airdrops or even participating in certain communities or networks. But I think what you just mentioned about Coinbase as well, I think plays such a bigger role as well, because sometimes people see those quests. I see them all the time. It's like, oh, I can get $5 for this action. I can make $7, and it feels like it's nothing. But these things stack up, and we see how big, explosive, exponential gains can be on projects that maybe we thought weren't going to go anywhere. Maybe some of them do. But if you have 30 or 40 different things that you're doing, there's bound to be at least one of those that is going to, it won't be the one you expect either. We'll just pop and you'll all of a sudden have all this money or access or whatever the different privileges are. So I'm going to throw it back over to you because I'm talking too much and I'm here to listen to you.
No, that's great because you're bringing up NFTs. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
So I was buying and selling a bunch of NFTs back in 2021, 2022, and that was on the Ethereum mainnet. So over that time, I think I spent over like 5 Ethereum in gas. So that's unfortunate. However, Magic Eden added Ethereum to their list of chains that you can buy and sell NFTs on their platform. So that qualified me for diamonds. So I don't have my wallet connected to this computer, but I have about 4,000 diamonds that I pretty much got airdropped for trading NFTs 2 years ago. And I love to see a NFT platform actually rewarding Ethereum users because is like a big joke. OpenSea was the biggest NFT platform for probably 2.5, 3 years until Magic Eden and Blur took over, but they never did an airdrop. So thousands and thousands of people trading on OpenSea expecting maybe, hey, I'm using your platform. I'm a loyal user of OpenSea. Am I ever going to get airdropped a token? Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it. So it's great to see that other platforms are actually rewarding Ethereum users. And that's just one of many airdrops that I'm currently like farming. So another one is, did you have something to say?
Well, I was going to ask, we'll get into that in a second. You're about to show some of the ones you're looking at right now. But before we get to that, I say I'm new in crypto. Say maybe I've only been a buyer and a holder. Maybe I've done some trading on different projects on Blowfin or BitGet or Bybit or Coinbase. But I want to start figuring out how to identify some of these opportunities. How does one go? Is there a list somewhere? Is there a website? What are some tools or resources you utilize to kind of identify potential airdrop opportunities?
All right, I'll give you guys it's like a hidden gem. I don't think a lot of people talk about it or really post about it on Twitter, but Galaxy.com, it is a great place to just explore what this site has to offer. And as you scroll down, as you look at different things like token rewards, 7,000 USDT. I don't even know what this is. Let's click on it and see. So it looks like it's a different quest that you can do. So this one is like this person's tweet, retweet them, like this tweet, retweet that person. So you do all of these quests and then you get to enter a raffle for $10. That's a very simple one. Just complete some of the quests that they have. Other ones, let's go to like Solana, for example. So these are active campaigns on Solana. Let's see if it populates. All items have been loaded, but there's nothing there. All right, let's go to another one because that's usually not like that. Let's go to Optimism.
But this speaks and shows to the need, and I say this all the time, even before I was deep in crypto. Anybody I've ever met that's successful at anything has one commonality with everybody else. It doesn't matter if it's business, sports, or crypto and airdrops. Be ambitiously curious. So he's like, okay, what's in Solana? Okay, nothing's there. Okay, let's explore something else. Explore the different tools and resources that are at your disposal because there's so much, even the stuff you currently already having before you even introduce airdrops, there's so many different things within the tools and resources you already have. Be a little bit more curious about how they work, what's involved with them, what the different options and opportunities are that lie within them. Explore these tools.
Yeah, that is a definitely something that people should do because it opens the door to all the possibilities that different blockchains that you've never heard of, they might have raised millions of dollars from like A16Z, and they're putting out a campaign on Galaxy to get new users. So if you discover that campaign and you start like token rewards, let's click on token rewards and see what filters out. So Degen alert, win your share of a whopping 300 million FMB tokens. FMBC airdrop. See, I have no idea what this token is. I have no idea what this project is, But let's say I go to FOMO Bull Club and I start following him. I go to FMBC chat on their Telegram. I start talking to the people in their Telegram. They start explaining to me what this product's about. And just right off the bat, I'm now entered to win a portion of this airdrop. Now, maybe in the future, this explodes to $1 billion market cap. And your tokens that you got airdropped worth, I don't know, $100 are now worth $10,000. I've seen that happen a lot of times in crypto, where just yesterday, Farcaster is one of the, I guess, the developer type Twitter spaces, like Vitalik Buterin is on Farcaster. They got airdropped a token called Degen, and a lot of people sold their allocation early. And I think last night it might have gone up like a few $100%. So these people got airdropped $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. If they held for another few hours, they would have had like triple their money. So there's another lesson in there. You never know. You never know what these coins are going to do. They could be worth pennies, but now you're learning about this project and you understand what they're doing. And now you just have that much more knowledge and information of what to look out for in the future. So just going back to that page I was on, let's go and see if we find something else that looks interesting. So this looks like a new EVM mainnet that is launching. It's called Stratus. It has 10,000, almost 11,000 participants. And it's the same type. These are very simple, like follow, like, retweet, visit their DApp, visit their staking launchpad. It's very, this is the more basic route to go to learn about these blockchains and just get familiar with the people that are running them. Right off the bat, this is probably one of the, let's go to it. Twitter, accept all cookies, authorize. So you're connecting this to your Twitter. It's not that scary. It's not going to like tweet for you. So let's see if it brings me to the page. This is like a whole different page. All right, let's go back. Log in, Twitter. There we go. All right, let's see if it hooked up now. Doesn't want to connect to my Twitter. Authorize that. All right, well, doesn't want to work on this computer for me, but you get the picture. You connect your Twitter account, and we can just look at this person's page. Let's see, it's Stratus platform. All right, Stratus platform. They have 250,000 people following them. It's a blockchain technology company that offers a flexible and modular enterprise-grade layer 1 blockchain platform. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. You see, I hadn't heard of this one either. And I know a lot of people out there watching right now think that TIA is a great project, Celestia. Well, this is essentially another coin
Modular blockchain.
Yeah, modular blockchain in that niche. And if it's something that has an incredibly smaller market cap compared to Celestia, then that might signify that this may have some room to basically take some of that market share. Or, basically the community could grow around that. So here we are looking for airdrops, and we're finding out information about other things in the space. This is the mechanism. I think this is the most important mechanism in being interested in airdrops, is the process of going through this takes you deeper into the blockchain and makes you understand it. And so this, again, I appreciate you doing this with us, Taco. We got so much more to discuss here. I got to ask you a question though. I've had money taken from me. I know a lot of other people that have had money taken from them, and we always want to go like that. It's that thing did it or did no. 99.9, 100% of the time, it's because we did something stupid. We didn't pay attention to a link we clicked. We didn't understand we were authorizing something because we were in this Discord. I clicked on this link. Now all my money's gone. Talk to me about it. Security. What do we do in this regard when we're trying to do this, but we have to participate in clicking links? How do we discern?
Yeah, so security definitely is probably the number one most important thing in crypto. We're dealing with real money here, and we don't want to lose our money. And so pretty much security is I just downloaded a brand new wallet. It's never been used before. It's not connected to any websites. That's probably one of the safest ways to start venturing into new projects, new platforms, new Discords, is create a brand new wallet and send whatever you are comfortable with losing. Although when you're going through these quests or this research or just anything to do with airdrops, if you're clicking a link that you are not confident in from a like this platform or this project on this Twitter page, I know it's the correct one. It's followed by people I follow. It's got a bunch of people following them. So I am confident in clicking this link, and I am confident in connecting my wallet. One of the major things that will drain your wallet is when you are connecting to a website and you see a transaction fee. If you connect and then the very next window is sign this and it's gonna require a transaction fee, that is 9 times out of 10 going to be a drainer, and it's going to steal all your crypto and your wallet is going to be compromised. So back to the first thing I said, create a brand new wallet. You don't have your $20,000 NFT. You don't have your 50 coins on 3, 5, 10 different networks on a wallet that you're trying to farm airdrops on, because we're all human. We all make mistakes. And if you're not paying attention, then you might click one of these links. You might sign a transaction in your Metamask when you're just spamming the sign button. And an hour later, you're getting notifications on your phone that all this crypto is leaving your wallet. So yeah, security is the number one concern when farming for airdrops. And I recommend using a brand new wallet, or if like for Magic Eden, for example, I had to connect pretty much my NFT wallet that I was trading with 2 years ago to it. But I trust Magic Eden. I'm on their own website. I got it from their Twitter account that is verified. So verify, and don't connect your wallet to sites that are sketchy, to put it simply.
With that being said, though, I think it's important, especially for the newcomers out there, as well as us people that think we're old heads. The worst affliction I think we have as humans is we think we have the answers because we've done it for a day or two, or even a week, or even a year. Things change over time, and sometimes we even forget the basics. We become complacent. And I just want to reiterate, you can provide a wallet address to anybody. I could post my wallet address right now on my Twitter. That doesn't affect anything. What the most important consideration is right here that Taco just said is that when you're providing a wallet address to anybody, any place, anywhere, when you're signing a transaction or you're agreeing to something, that is something different than just providing your wallet address. When you're just connecting your wallet to receive an airdrop, you're not signing for a transaction fee. You're not signing for their right to basically deposit or withdraw capital. You're just saying, here's my wallet address. Because, for instance, all of you out there have seen a lot of reporting or even news stories or discussion of Trump is a good example. Trump didn't go and buy that Trump coin. Somebody airdropped that to his wallet because they knew his wallet address. Now, they can't take that money out, but this is essentially what happens with airdrops. You go and you figure out what these different processes are, a coin that you're trying to learn more about, or you're just trying to farm an airdrop just for the sake of farming the airdrop. You could provide your wallet, connect your wallet by that means, but you never sign a transaction. Now, I want to throw it to the next thing before we get in a little bit deeper. We're talking security. We went through some basics. You showed us how we could actually find some airdrops, but what do you think are some of the most common mistakes people make, whether they're beginner or pro? Because let's be honest, some of the biggest mistakes I've seen are people that have been in this space for a long time, and that goes back to that complacency. So what are the most common mistakes you can help prevent people from taking or making?
So common mistakes are, I'd say, if you feel like you are qualifying for an airdrop, let's say you bridge some Ethereum over to a network like Scroll. Scroll network is a brand new network. And let's say the requirements on that new network are $10,000 of trading volume. A lot of people, they'll just send some crypto over to their wallet and think that they qualify. but you're actually going to have to use the blockchain in order to qualify for an airdrop. Another common mistake people make are, let's see, they just don't keep up with it. If they do something on the first day that an airdrop is announced, they think that they qualify for the rest of the quest or the campaign. Probably not going to qualify for that much of the airdrop. Maybe you'll get like the bare bones minimum requirement. Another example, let's say I am staking to receive an airdrop. It's probably tens of thousands of other people that are also staking. So you're going to have to look at the requirements that the project, they're required to actually receive the airdrop. So a lot of people, they don't even keep up with what the requirements are, and they lose out on the airdrop altogether.
So with that being said, I have to ask, because I've never really done many airdrop things. So I'll ask as a beginner. If an airdrop is announced, do terms or conditions tend to change with those over time as more people get involved?
Sometimes. So perfect example is, let's see, where is it? Camino. Camino came out with their point system in the top right-hand corner here. So if you provide liquidity to one of their LPs, liquidity pools, I provided to I believe it was the MSOL pool right here. So I provided Solana and I got back MSOL. Now that is pretty much gaining me points here. And if I go to, let's say, borrow and lend, I get, I think, 4 points for borrowing and I think 1 point for lending. So that just is adding up, accruing points over time. But what Camino did was, and the people were like unhappy because it kind of tailored to whales. I think they did something like a linear progression with their airdrop criteria. So it didn't matter if you were in it 3 months ago or 3 days ago. It all was based on how much you actually put in, which it's like a tricky game you play with these airdrops because you really don't know how many coins you're going to get unless they actually like, this is how much you get. This is how much you have to put in. This is how long you have to do it for. And then you get it on this date. Not many projects do it like that. They kind of keep it up for like a mystery. They want it to be more organic. They don't want just people to, all right, if I just put some money in here and keep it in for a day and then take it out, I'll qualify. They want to avoid that. They want civil wallets, I think they call them, SYBIL. So it's one person having like 20 wallets farming the same airdrop. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. So a lot of projects try to avoid that. So they're paying one person more of a percentage of the airdrop that they should legitimately receive, just because they're pretty much creating fake identities and doing it 20 times just to gain just massive amounts of points. So you got to look at every single project differently and do the research, go into their Discord, go into their Medium articles, go into their blogs and read up on what you have to do or what you could potentially get from supplying liquidity to this platform. So it's different on different occasions, like MarginFi, they have a point system and they even have a leaderboard here. So it's very similar. You lend and you get points. You can do swaps, you can mint, do a bunch of things on this page to actually qualify for points, but they're kind of being mysterious. Like if you click on the point system, it doesn't really tell you like what you're going to get. It just shows like this person is in 103rd place. They have 50 million deposit points. They have 75 million borrow points. So this is not like the equivalent to $1. Obviously, they're not going to airdrop all these people $125 million each. That'd be nice, but you got to kind of be realistic about it. So there are some accounts on Twitter you can follow that do the math. Like, hey, at this fully diluted valuation, if you have this many points and the coin releases at this value, this is potentially your airdrop allocation. So you can kind of do the math if you're like a nerd like that, but I'd rather just kind of set it and forget it. And these are two good ones, even Meteora. So you can use your MSOL that you get on here, and then you can borrow it on here, and then you can stake it on here to get your LST token. So you're using one network, 3 projects to farm 3 different airdrops using pretty much 1 to 2 coins. So this one is, what was that?
I love it. It's like, it's really making the best of, you know, utilizing it's like cross-chain airdrop farming by just utilizing, you know, being aware of those things and being able to basically maximize your effort and energy while collecting in multiple fronts. 2 of those might suck. All 3 might suck, but 1 might pop out of the 3. Maybe all 3 pop. You never know. But it's like Benjamin Franklin said, a penny saved is a penny earned. And it's the same thing with airdrops. You know, if you're already participating in the networks and you're liking if you like the Solana ecosystem or Ethereum or AVAX, there's so many ecosystems now. Why not also put your efforts to work while your money's there in the market?
Yeah, and to add on to what you said, you're even earning on your Solana in these pools, which is amazing. Like you're supplying liquidity, so you're getting APY, and you're earning on fees. And then on here, you can lend out the crypto, and then you can borrow against it. So it's killing 3 birds with 1 stone, essentially, with these 3 on Solana. And it's similar on Ethereum with restaking. So I just received around an $800 airdrop from EtherFi for just staking my Ethereum. So this is using Ion Layer. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I think, one of the biggest airdrops. There it was. Ion Layer. So this is introducing restaking to Ethereum. So you're taking your Ethereum, you're staking it, and then you're restaking it across different platforms to earn yield on it. And then you're earning Ion Layer points on top of that. And then on top of that, I'm taking that and I'm staking it on EtherFi. So I earned EtherFi points on top of that. So it's magic. I'm staking here to earn here, and I'm earning here as well. And I'm getting points across all of those. And this one already airdropped the EtherFi. So I'm holding on to it because I believe EtherFi, Ion Layer, you even got Pendle, you got Swell Network. All of those are working together in this restaking ecosystem to reward all its users. It's probably going to be like a $4 or $5 billion FTV when it comes out. I think in March or April, so pretty soon here.
So I've got a question for you, and I have to ask. I'm sure it's on a lot of people's minds, especially here in the U.S., and this is true for many different regions. Certain assets and also certain types of not actions, but certain assets and certain access points, like exchanges, can be limited based on jurisdiction for those businesses themselves. And I think a lot of people need to realize, one, that, for instance, Bybit, although you have to prove your KYC, know your customer, you know, put in all your information to use it, that is for Bybit's regulation, not us as individuals. You're still able, and I can't say this for every jurisdiction out there, but especially for the US, it's not limiting you as a user from using these things that have KYC limitations. So with that being said, with airdrops, are there certain things that you explicitly, in order to utilize it, for instance, if you're in the US as an example, that you have to use a VPN, or do you just go ahead and use a VPN on everything and just eliminate it altogether?
So, yeah, I just usually have a VPN running in the background just to make my airdrop farming easier. So like right now I'm in Denmark. It's really nice here. So that allows me to get into EtherFi, allows me to get into Camino. And then MarginFi, I don't believe they have like a jurisdiction that they don't allow, but some places do. So it's just, I believe it's just good to have one on. Keeps your surfing the internet more secure and private. And yeah, it'll allow you to qualify for more airdrops.
I love it. I mean, there's so much good information in this. You know, I've been in this space for, I mean, it feels like a millennium now, and it's only been, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, which is a long time in crypto.
Yeah.
And it really highlights how fast this space changes and how much is still available to participate in, to really like reap incredible benefits, not only from buying the right coin at the right time, but these airdrops. You know, it really is. It's on the thumbnail for this video, free money ? And yes, there is free money, but as my mother and father have said, nothing in this life is free. The freedom here actually is in rewarding your behaviors and participating, and just more than anything, being ambitiously curious and going out there and looking, watching this video. And I think the most important thing, if you really want huge airdrops and huge success in this space, is making sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and being involved. So before we go, you know, do you see any, you know, it is March, people will be watching this in the future as well, but it is March 2024. Is there anything that you think in the near future that people need to keep their mind focused on? Are there any trends in the airdrop sector, you know, framework that people need to be aware of, or what would you say about that?
So I believe airdrops are always going to be a thing in crypto. So it's not like they're ever going to go away. People, projects especially, love new users. And one of the best ways to get new users is to airdrop them free money. But obviously there's a caveat. Like you said, you got to learn how to use these blockchains. You have to be familiar with this whole side of crypto, because this is a way to pretty much excel yourself when it comes to new blockchains, getting there first, actually understanding how to use these blockchains before anyone else, before it becomes a top 100 coin. You're on page 300 of CoinMarketCap, and you're airdrop farming a coin that is probably gonna do well in the future, probably will airdrop its users tokens. Maybe it'll get picked up by a major VC firm. You never know, but there's a lot of people on Twitter to follow that will provide you with lists of airdrops, even how to farm them. And I'll leave you guys with 2 that I think are some of the easiest ones to farm, with potential, actually 3. 2 bridges and then 1 just a stake, and receive an airdrop from other blockchains that are using this service. So number 1 is Orbiter. Orbiter is a bridge. So I know, like, not even 2 years ago, the word bridge was like, I got to use a bridge. Oh man, I don't know. It's kind of iffy, bridging from one blockchain to another. What if the bridge gets hacked? And that's happened a bunch of times. So Orbiter Finance is one of the bridges that I've been using, and I trust them. That's a major thing, is trusting the bridge that you're using. And if you connect your wallet, I'll see if my Metamask works. It wasn't working. Yes, says my Metamask is not installed, even though it's right there. Whatever. So you connect your Metamask, and what you're doing is you're just bridging from one network to another network. And what this will do, and I wish I could show you, but my Metamask is not connecting. You get points. So they have quests on the right side that you open up, bridge any amount of Ethereum from Optimism to Arbitrum. So look at that, at least 0.00005. That's like not even a penny. So obviously you can do more than that, but just to get the points, just bridge any amount of Optimism to Arbitrum. Hit send, and look at the gas fee you save. You save almost $100, because especially from going from Ethereum to another blockchain, the gas fee it's crazy. It's a lot of money. What Orbiter does is it's maker and taker fees. So they charge a flat rate, and it is 30 seconds it takes, not 7 days, or not 2 hours or an hour or 5 hours. It's pretty instant. And on top of getting your crypto from one blockchain to another blockchain, which is a very useful thing to do, you're getting rewarded on top of it. And another one that is very similar to Orbiter. Let's see if I can find it. All right, it's D-Bridge. D-Bridge is very similar to Orbiter. You're bridging from one blockchain to the other blockchain. I believe this one is limited with the amount of, with the selection of coins that you can bridge. But look, I can go from Ethereum to BNB. I can go from Ethereum to Solana, from Base to Polygon, Avalanche to Arbitrum. And then if you look in the top right-hand corner, it has a point system. So essentially what you want to do to farm this airdrop is maybe once or twice a day, bridge any amount of crypto, doesn't have to be a lot, from, let's say, I like to use L2s with low transaction fees. So let's say I want to go from Polygon to Avalanche. Do that once or twice a day. And then tomorrow, go from Avalanche to Arbitrum once or twice. And then the next day, go from Arbitrum to Base. Or let's say you want to buy a hot meme coin on Base. Then I could bridge my Polygon Ethereum to Base. And I could buy a Base meme coin because meme coins are going crazy right now. But essentially, it's as simple as that. Use their bridge and you get rewarded. And last but not least, this one is just staking. So this is on Solana and it's the Pith network. You can think of the Pith network just like Chainlink. It's an Oracle network. So it's providing the data feed and the API connections to all of these DEXs and dApps across the Solana ecosystem. And it's providing real-time updates to the pricing and the tokens. So simply by staking this coin, you are qualifying to receive a whole bunch of other coins. And one of them is, let's see if I have it up here, Zero Lend. So look at the here. So Zero Lend, I could refer people and I can earn points. I could join their Discord. I can get 100 points. Say good morning in the Discord, get 10 points per day. But right down here, are you a Pyth staker? So if you are a Pyth staker, you will receive 0 airdrop based on your Pyth staked. So all you simply have to do is connect your Phantom wallet that you have your staked Pyth in, and you qualify for the airdrop. It's as simple as that sometimes. And so a lot of times, don't make it more complicated than it has to be. If you're not familiar with borrowing and lending and supplying collateral, simply don't do it. I mean, I think I had like 100, or I have like 1,000 Pyth stakes. So I've got like 1,000 up here, points earned. And once it comes out, then I'll be able to claim it. So there's so many different avenues in airdrop land. And all I have to say is just get started and you will just, it's like a kid in a candy store. There's free coins over here. There's free coins over here. Oh, mom, can I get that coin? So just, and of course, you want to be safe. Use a new wallet, supply it with crypto that you're okay losing with an amount that you're comfortable with. Don't go crazy. No need to stake 100,000 Pith. Just stake a little bit and you'll still get this airdrop. But a lot of the times it's time-based. So you want to be on this. You want to be here in the space every day, even if you're here for an hour or two. Just search on Twitter, airdrop, see what other people are farming. Follow your favorite influencers. Follow Kelly so you know what he's farming, because he's going to be farming stuff now too, right?
Oh, yeah. You got to
Awesome,
participate,
dude.
man. And,
Yeah.
you know, for everybody out there that's watching, we appreciate you being part of our community. You know what? It's communities like this, just by the fact that you've watched 1 second of this or more, you're participating in the greatest shift of wealth in history, which is the blockchain evolution. The Bitcoin, crypto as a whole in this community is going to be so important to our futures if we participate in it. And Taco just laid out a great outline of how you can start participating in it beyond just buying and holding a token. If you want to do that, that's great. Maybe not airdrops, scouting for airdrops isn't for you, but I would highly recommend at minimum, even if you're not going to do that, a couple things that he said, I just want to reiterate. And he didn't even say this, but it's so important and it's so simple. If you don't have a Twitter page, or at least peruse through Twitter without having an account, which you can do, Twitter it's one of the most remarkable free sources of, I'm talking, there's so much trash but there's so much alpha out there that is absolutely free to you. It only costs you your curiosity. So make sure you're participating and at least exploring around the crypto Twitterverse. You follow me, follow Taco. Taco, you're at crypto Taco 1.
Crypto_Taco01.
I'm going to throw this on your lower third right here so everybody can see it just one more time. You see that at crypto_Taco, the letters, the number 0 and then the number 1. And is the other thing I wanted to just re-emphasize here, participate in this, do it, but make sure you do it smart. And this isn't just for airdropping tokens and trying to get free money. When you are participating in the crypto ecosystem, it is preeminently important that you don't have all your money, all your coins, all your crypto in one space, and most definitely not all in one space on one exchange. It should be spread out across several different hot wallets and cold wallets, AKA like Ledgers and Arculus or Trezors, and then also maybe Trust Wallet or the Phantom Wallet, or there's Coinbase Wallet. There's plenty of spaces to do it. And if you're going to do this and you're going to try, maybe it's your first one, set up a fresh new wallet. You could do it very easily on Metamask. And that way you're limiting your exposure to risk while still trying to dance in this field. So that's all I've got for now. Taco, do you have anything you wanted to wrap this out with? Any maybe a little inspirational, motivational message or something before we go?
I just want the audience to stay curious, stay hungry, and just pretty much explore this ecosystem, because there's a lot of niches and you'll probably find something that you're interested in, and you can probably get rewarded for actively participating in said niche. You'll have a lot of fun, you'll meet a lot of cool people, and you'll probably find some friends along the way.
And if you're wondering, did you miss the boat? Just remember, last halving, some of the biggest gainers in the space were coins that were launched plus or minus 2 or 3 months of when that halving occurred. AVAX was one of them. Matic was one of them. Solana was one of them. And so at those points early on, I'm sure if anybody got any airdrop tokens at that point, they're kicking themselves right now if they sold those projects because they exploded higher. So it's all about those moon bags. It's all about patience, and it's all about that curiosity. That's all I got for now. Taco, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, get involved in the chats, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're in the Discords, whether you're on Twitter. Ask questions, give answers to questions that are asked, participate in this community beyond just airdrops, participate in the community. We love you. We appreciate you. We hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. Hit that like button, subscribe, join us for more content like this. We'd love to see you here because we'd love to see you succeed. That's all I got for now. Thank you for being here in the BitLab community. Adios, muchachos.